This restaurant was voted one of the top 10 brunches for Mother's Day. Chef Danielle McPherson of last season's Top Chef, hello Bravo girl, I love it, is here from the Grape to share a recipe and tell us more about what they have planned for Mother's Day. How are you?
Great, how are you?
Good. Okay, I heard cornbread and I heard cheddar and I heard onions and I fought all the other hosts to be in the kitchen.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what are we making? We're making a cornbread that has all of this yumminess in it.
We're actually making cornbread and turning that into a cornbread pudding with all of that in there. So we're gonna put a little custard in there. We're making it extra fattening.
So it's like twice baked cornbread, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
so let's get cracking.
All right, so we're gonna combine all of our dry ingredients to make the cornbread first. So we've got some flour, some cornmeal, a little bit of baking powder and baking soda, a little bit of sugar. We don't want this to be a super sweet cornbread. But
That looks like a lot, though.
It always looks like a lot to somebody who's not in the kitchen. You know, it's like salt. We're like, yeah, you know, we put all the, that's a pinch? Yeah, that's a pinch. So we throw a little salt and pepper in there. Okay. And then if you want to, you can start whisking that together.
Okay.
And then
I've gotten very good at whisking here on the broadcast.
I watched some segments with you, so I was like, you seem very adept. So.
I mean, I'm not necessarily a cook by any means, but I can...
You got the whisking down.
The process is usually very messy, but the end result tastes somewhat good.
Well, there you go. So you've got
so what's happening in that? Some milk and 4 eggs?
We've got buttermilk, we've got 4 eggs, and then about a quarter of a pound.
Because buttermilk sounds a lot healthier than regular milk.
Oh, yeah. It actually is. It's actually lower in fat. So then we're going to take this one, and we're just going to whisk the buttermilk and the eggs together.
Okay.
And then once this kind of gets all
Did I do a good job on this?
That looks fully incorporated.
I'm amazing.
Then we're going to take this melted butter and just kind of drizzle this in.
Why does melted butter smell so good?
I don't know. There's something about it that's amazing, though. All right, so we've got all this together.
And that's going to get mixed with our dry ingredients.
We're going to mix the dry ingredients in here.
Okay.
Okay.
Why would we pour the dry into the wet versus the wet into the dry? Does that make a difference?
If you pour the dry into the wet, you get a little bit better of a mix. If
like it blends better?
Yeah, if you're trying to go the other way, sometimes you can get clumps. So
okay.
We're getting messy there.
So we mix all of that stuff together. It goes in the pan.
Right. We put it all in the pan.
And then we bake it.
350 and
this is what we get.
Magic of television.
Just our regular cornbread.
Absolutely. So
okay, but we're not done.
We're not done.
Okay.
Yes, this is stage 1 of this. So then we take this whole cornbread.
Oh my gosh.
And we dump it in here and then crumble it. Yep. You just want to really get it into kind of like a fine crumb.
This is fantastic for my manicure.
Little cornbread under your nails, you know.
Never hurt anybody.
No.
Okay, so mushing all this, right?
So you want to get it like really just like, you know.
Really fine?
Absolutely. Get it nice and crumbed up here. The more you kind of crush it up, like the
This
more
reminds me of like stuffing for like Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
My mom will mix all the bread together.
This is why I chose to do it, you know, in honor of Mother's Day. I'd like to make something that my mom would really like to eat, so, you know.
So they don't have to cook themselves.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got caramelized onions.
Right, we're just gonna mix all of these in there.
Am I still doing this with my hands?
I can do it with my hands if you'd like, but yes. So then we're gonna do about half of the cheddar here.
And can we choose whatever type of cheese we want to use?
You can put anything in here.
So like pepper jack, Colby,
anything
cheddar.
you like. Absolutely.
And then some pecans.
Right. And so then basically what we do is we want to mix this whole thing together.
Oh my gosh, those onions smell good. Okay, while you're mixing that, tell us about what's happening for Mother's Day brunch. I'll have only a few reservations left, I hear.
Yes, we're always extremely busy for brunch. We're gonna run a couple specials. We're gonna do a shrimp and grits special, and we're gonna do a biscuit and gravy, so.
Speaking my language, sister.
A lot of good stuff.
Okay, so we mix all that together.
Right.
And then we do like pinches of stuff?
That actually, we've made a custard kind of in the meantime. It's a little egg yolk and some cream and some half and half.
That's what's waiting in here.
Absolutely.
Cream, half and half.
And egg yolk, so you know, nice and healthy, right?
Sounds totally healthy.
Not at all like the 450 calories you were talking about earlier.
No,
so.
right?
All right,
this looks so good. Okay, and then we pour this over it?
Yep, you're just gonna pour it all in there.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Okay.
Let me just wipe my hands off here.
Okay, all of this?
Yep. You're just gonna try to evenly get it all incorporated there.
Okay. How am I doing?
You're doing great.
And what does this do? This makes it more like gooey, like you said, like cornbread pudding?
If you think about bread pudding, you know, you always pour the custard in, it kind of makes it all kind of click together.
That looks totally healthy, doesn't it, y'all?
Absolutely. You got all the butter and everything in there.
Okay, so it goes into the oven.
We're gonna take the cheese.
Oh, we're gonna top it with cheese.
I mean, why not? You know, you already got cream. You might as well put some cheese on it.
And then we put it in the oven.
Then you put it in the oven, and
this is what happens.
And then this is what really makes it awesome. So you take it, the whole thing, and you unmold it.
And we eat it upside down?
And then what we do is you can cut it into some nice slices. So I like to cut the edges off.
Because the edges aren't cute.
Edges are not cute, no. And I'm,
Okay.
I'm like a middle brownie kind of girl, you know? So
Yeah, I'm the middle cake brownie
I don't
girl,
like
too.
the corners.
Awesome.
So then what you can do is you can cut it into like shapes, and then you can
Serve it up
reheat
with
it in the
something.
oven, and then it looks kind of cute. It's not
More
like,
like the
a,
presentation.
Absolutely.
Oh God. Aren't I just so dexterous in the kitchen? It's amazing. Thank you for being here. This looks
Absolutely.
delicious. You guys, and if you want to reserve your table for Mother's Day brunch, you can call 214-828-1981 or visit thegraperestaurant.com and book a table online. Thank you. Oh my gosh,
Absolutely.
I can't wait to taste this.